name is Sharmila Seyyid. I am a Sri Lankan writer and activist. I was at risk in my country because of my outspoken writing and activism. Artist Protection Fund protected me from the long-lasting exile life, and I came to the United States in 2021. Currently, I'm a research fellow in the University of Nebraska at Omaha, closely tied up with the Goldstein Center for Human Rights and the Freed Academy. From 2002 onwards, I had associated myself with several social organization and community activities and projects. The facts of my career in keeping with the changing circumstances and changes from time to time as a journalist, writer, human rights defender, and social activist. It's hard to say one of my favorite job or role. For me, writing and activism both like two sides of one coin. Writing is my passion and activism is a feeling to be a writer. Activism or the social work seek to improve the lives of others. I I think after becoming a single parent at the age of 26, there was an entirely new look to the responsibility I had to bear. My passion is the uplift of women, irrespective of their religion, social background, or ethnic identity. As a well known and recognized writer and a human rights defender, I am closely working with minorities in addressing issues that women face at the ground level through local mechanism in the north and the east Sri Lanka. I was able to help people overcome some of life's most difficult challenges: poverty and discrimination, abuse, addictions, loss, divorce, education problems, disability, and mental illness. My major concern are empowering single mother, war affected women, and their children by providing hope, support, and resources so that family can become self-sustaining and thrive. I involved in community project and activities are harmoniously integrated into the natural world in a way that is supportive of a healthy human development and can be successfully continued indefinitely into future. I will say activism is important role for me that's helped me to being as a writer also. Sri Lanka was in civil war for decades. Post-war, I traveled to the war-affected areas as a journalist and researcher. I met women and girls who are the primary targets of violence and abuse in conflict setting. I observed women's resistance, tireless fighting, and leadership qualities was the inspirations and proved to me that I must do better. For me, simply through being compassionate, and I find inspiration in women and their story of both success and tragedy. Women's meaningful representation and participation is the only hope for a better world. My greatest wish for humanity is to stop all the war happening around the world, and we will wake up to a peaceful, safe world. That's interesting. Creation opens the mind. I was born and raised in an environment where people are afraid to speak about freedom. Um, I'm talking about women's freedom and their independence, especially, was never a matter. I choose to write about my liberty and dreams. I was exposed to writing at my early age. I wrote my first poem at 14. Creativity nurtures ideas and supports resilience. That's my experience. The creativity play a role in my life to become independent and draw my dreams and achieve it. So creativity allows societies to grow through changes and evolve over time. This means that art is critical for the flexibility to accept change, which is crucial for societies that need to adapt quickly to survive and thrive. In my experience, 10 years ago, the things were very hard to speak about, and the things blamed, and but now it's become very flexible, and people started slowly accepting things, so that changes. It's, I don't think it's a natural changes. There are some resistance, some uh, work, some effort, some energy add into that achievement or that change. So it can be any form of creativity. It can be any type, any kind of voice. I believe creativity is um, it's liberty. It gives um, freedom. My favorite word. That's really hard to say. One word. I would say heal, because I believe healing is essential to liberation. I found that with every traumatic event, I was motivated to address injustices and make sure that others did not have to go through the same suffering that I had to endure. I found that I constantly tuned me, it tuned me into my strength. My poems, stories, fiction and non-fiction are from my healing journey. That's absolutely interesting questions. I would be really happy if I'm able to meet my younger self. Definitely, I will say be proud. Be proud of how you have been handling the challenges, blame, rejections, judgment, and punishment, the silent battle you fought, the moment you humbled yourself, wiped your own tear, and put yourself on the back and celebrate your strength, the courage you showed in every challenge that instance sparked to become an adventuring and pioneering woman who I am now.